You remember Elian Gonzalez?
I remember Elian.
Yeah. And remember there was all the Cubans in front of his house, in front of his uncle's house, and say, no,
Those were the Cubans that attacked you?
1,000%.
Really?
Yeah. See, here's what happened. Back then, I'm a Republican, but as always, I've got my own thoughts, and I don't give a damn what Republicans or Democrats think. I've got my, I'm an independent thinker.
I hear you.
At that time, the Republicans were nominally for keep him here, screw Fidel Castro. Democrats were nominally for send him back home, right? Yeah. But it didn't really break down along Republican-Democrat lines that much.
Might have broken down over Cuban, non-Cuban lines.
1,000%, totally. So everybody in Miami's, if you're Cuban, was like, no, keep him here, don't give him back to the devil, Fidel, right? Okay, all right, just calm down. My thought was, it's his dad. And if his dad wants him, I don't care if he lives on, Venus.
Yeah, absolutely, although it's a little hot on Venus.
A little hot, yeah, it would have been a little problematic, but it's also hot in Havana. But you know what? Hot in Miami, too. Believe me, I lived it. Very hot. So anyway, I thought he should go back home. And I was like, are there counter-protests at the house? At the time, I lived in Miami, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I think there might be, but I'm not really sure, so why don't I'm sick of all the people saying that all of Miami says we should keep him here. I'm like, not all of Miami thinks that. I don't think that. So let me go down there, make a sign, and do a counter-protest.
That was smart.
Yeah, wasn't it? It turns out it wasn't that smart. I know you're going to be shocked to hear that, Wes. And I did two signs, but the main one, I believe, was send Elian home. Okay? I get down there, and idiot move number 2, I went with my girlfriend.
Oh, was this part of an organized thing, or you just said, I'm going to go down and protest it?
No, it was not organized at all. It was organized by me.
All right.
Okay? There's no organization whatsoever. You know me, I'm crazy.
No, I'm with you.
All right, so I go down there, and as soon as we got into the throng, and it wasn't just one block at the time. It was like a whole atmosphere, and it was for blocks around the house, Elian's house, or Elian's uncle's house, of course. And
now you didn't suddenly appear in the middle of this throng. You approached the throng carrying your sign.
Yeah, now here's the thing. We get out of the car, and instantly we think, this might have been a mistake. Because the crowd is electric, and they look at outsiders, non-Cubans.
And they don't agree with you.
Right. No, not at all. I know they don't agree with me, right? And I wonder if there are people that agree with me. I don't know if, I'm on the wrong side of the crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there might be a side where they have the counter-protest. And, I don't know if they can tell we're not Cuban. My girlfriend's Jamaican. I'm Middle Eastern. We could be Cuban. Right.
Yeah, they can't tell.
Right. So I turn my sign towards my body because I didn't want them to see it right away, right? And people are trying to look through my legs, and they're Larry Craiging me, just to see what the sign says because I got it in reverse.
Yeah. So
people start to get curious. And as we approach the crowd, as it gets thicker and thicker towards the house, I realized, okay, this is trouble, right? And I told my girlfriend, it's go time. You, around the back, go, get the hell out of here.
And that's when you raised the sign.
No, okay. I gave her that about a minute before mayhem broke out, okay? I said, go, don't stand anywhere near me, and get the hell out of here, okay? And so I went to a camera crew right by the house, and I was like, is there, a place where the send Elian home people are? He's like, no, do you think that? And he's like, what does your sign say? Right? The camera guy's like, oh, my God, this is going to be great.
Then the big flashlight goes off on the camera?
No. Then one of the Cubans yells, what does your sign say? And now, it's like electricity in the air. And I'm like, oh, well, it's go time. So I turn it around, and it says, send Elian home. Boom! 10 cameras go on at the same time. They're like, okay, now we got fun. And then before I know what hit me, I'm serious, within 5 seconds, there was 100 angry Cubans on me. On me. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I thought this is America. It can't happen in America, right? Totally wrong. I mean, people punching me in the back of the head.
Really?
Ripping my shirt, scratching my neck, kicking me in the back of the legs. Next thing I know, and the cameras are everywhere. They're buzzing, right? And I got lifted up off my feet. And once I got lifted up off my feet, I was like, oh, I'm in a lot of trouble here, right? I was like, no, this just went from kidding around to not kidding around.
And you've still got the sign at this point.
Oh, no, are you kidding me?
Sign's gone.
They tore that sign in about 0.3 seconds. That was gone instantly. They're like, send Elliot home. Here's where we're going to send your ass home, okay? And boom, they ripped it. The minute they ripped it, that's when I knew, I'm like, the trouble's building as we go, from the minute we parked the car.
Now,
so there are the different stages. The stage where they ripped the sign was the stage I knew I'm in a lot of trouble. The stage where they lifted me up off my feet was like, no, there's some chance I walk out of here unconscious, that I don't walk out of here, that I,
Yeah.
So, and then the most curious thing happened. There was some old dude behind me who kept pinching my ass.
Really?
Yeah. And I didn't know what he was doing. And what's funny is that all this happens in a blur, but I remember thinking very clearly,
that guy's pinching my ass.
I'm like, why is he doing that? And is he gay and he thinks this is the moment to strike? Nobody will ever find out? Or does he think that that's some sort of thing like, I'll show him, I'll pinch him in the ass? Or does he think like, wow, I'll embarrass him by, and then if I pinch him in the ass, then he'll be gay? I have no idea. And all these things are racing through my head as
maybe
people are
he didn't
punching
want.
me in the
Maybe
back
he
of the head.
didn't want to hurt his knuckles by hitting you in your big fat head.
I don't know, but I kept thinking, why is this man pinching me in the ass? And then the cops showed up, and God bless them, and they grabbed me and they started trying to take me out of the crowd, and then magically a cop car appeared. They had kind of ushered me towards one, and one of them said, "We're not taking him out in the cop car. It'll look like he got arrested and he didn't do anything wrong." And the other one said, "Look at the crowd around us. We're taking him out any way we can." And I looked at him. I said, "Oh, come on. Let's get in the car. Let's move it along." Okay, because, look, this isn't kidding around time anymore. Okay, and I want that guy to stop pinching me in the ass, and I want the other dude to stop kicking my shins. So let's get out of here.